I'm going to talk about Florida quarterback DJ Lagway, talk about what we want to see from Lagway against Tulane in the upcoming bowl game, talk about the keys for success, but more importantly, talk about what we want to see and talk about, the next step in his development. But before we talk about Lagway, before we look at some film of Lagway demonstrating these keys, which we're going to look at here in a few minutes, let's talk about this Tulane's defense real quick. Even with the transfer portal going on and guys jumping in, guys playing, guys not playing, Tulane's defense was one of the best, if not the best defense in the AAC. Number 2 in the AAC in points per game. I mean that as far as the lowest amount of points per game. They're number 2 in the AAC, number 2 in yards per game, number 2 in sacks in the AAC with 34, and they're the number 1 passing defense in the AAC this year as it relates to yards per game through the pass. So if you're DJ Lagway, if you're a Florida fan, what do you want to see from Lagway against Tulane? Well, let's talk about Lagway real quick. So Lagway had over 1,600 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, 7 picks, 59% completion percentage, and 10.3 yards per attempt, and I think 7 starts. In that Georgia game, he got hurt fairly early, so it was more like, basically 6-ish full games with some other play time before Graham Mertz got hurt as well. So what do you want to see from Lagway against Tulane? Well, I want to see a little bit of everything. I want to see Lagway push the ball downfield. I want to see Lagway utilize his legs a little bit. I want the hamstring to continue to get completely healthy, but I want to see all of Lagway's game against Tulane. So key number 1, I want to see the deep ball. Obviously, it's special. He's probably the best deep ball thrower in all of college football right now as a true freshman, but I want to see it in a little bit of different ways. I want to see it from play action. I want to see it from dropping straight back. I want to see it when he turns his back to the defense in play action, and he showcased all this ability this year, so I want to see that. That's key number 1. It's what he's good at. You can always continue to develop, but if you're a Florida fan, you always want to see that as part of Lagway's game. Key number 2, I think this is one of the more improvement areas, or continued improvement areas, I should say, is I want to see Lagway continue to improve when the defense drops 7 or 8. Against the blitz, Lagway was really good against the blitz. His yards per attempt and his completion percentage is much higher against the blitz compared to when teams are dropped 7 or 8. Not saying that he can't do it. He did have success when teams did that. He's just better against the blitz right now. So I want to see him go through his progressions. I want to see him go through his reads, avoid being confused from pre-snap to post-snap at the line of scrimmage whenever the defense is shown that they're going to blitz and then drop back, right? So I want to see development there, which he showed over the course of this season. We saw Ole Miss. He's able to do that several times, taking with the defense. Gave him key number 3. I want to see play action, and I want to see straight drop back passes. He was very good on both, but again, like we talked about, I want to see a little bit of everything. So I want to see him rip the ball off play action. I want to see him rip the ball on a straight drop back pass. I think this team Tulane's defense isn't someone that you want to overlook. I know it's a bowl game, and they don't matter as much as as they did 10 years ago. But if you're a Florida fan, you still want to see Lagway come out, show a little bit of everything. You still want to see a dominant performance overall, and you want to see Lagway continue to improve on areas he wants to and needs to improve on. Again, if you haven't seen this channel before, we're just an SEC quarterback hub. We've talked about DJ Lagway throughout the entire season, and we'll continue to do so in the offseason and next season as well. So with that said, let's go ahead and look at these. I think I got 5 or 6 clips we're going to watch of Lagway, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this video up. Florida fans, if you've watched this channel before, this is broadcast footage. I have to slow it down. I do apologize, but it does a good enough job getting the point across. So first key, the deep balls. The deep ball is special. That's what everyone talks about, and I get it. You could argue, hey, I want to see other stuff, other part of his development. Well, I'm a quarterback gunslinger at heart, so I love seeing the deep ball. So I want to continue seeing the deep ball. I want to see it in different ways. This is against Georgia. Play action. His eyes remain downfield. He goes deep. This is before he gets hurt, obviously. He throws a deep touchdown here to an open receiver. But we see this is off play action. We talked about, his ability to throw off play action and straight drop back. But we got 3 different deep balls, and they're all different. So this first deep ball on the play action here, his eyes remain downfield. He's looking at the safeties the entire time, looking. You can see you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys within 3-4 yards of the line of scrimmage. So you only have 3 guys to defend the deep ball. Don't know if Tulane's going to do this. They're probably going to try to defend the deep ball a bit better now that Lagway has shown this ability game after game. But this is the first key, pushing the ball downfield. This first throw, eyes remain looking downfield the whole time off of play action here. Next clip, play action again. This is against Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken, coming up. No, against LSU. I'm sorry. This is against LSU, and this time it's play action again, but turns his back to the defense, steps up in the pocket and pushes the ball downfield. This is one of my favorite throws from DJ Lagway, and everyone talks about the deep ball and talks about his arm, but for me, the impressive part is his ability to throw the deep ball from different positions, the ability to throw the deep ball off of different plays. Play action, eyes have to look away from the defense. He steps up and pushes it downfield, breaks a tackle, throws on the run. This was with a hurt hamstring as well. I think this was 2 games after Georgia. He missed the Texas game, then came back. Let me move myself here. Ends up being a really good ball downfield. Some quarterbacks are good throwing the ball downfield just off play action, but we just showed 2 different types of play action. 1, his eyes are looking downfield, and 2, the second play action clip, his eyes is more like a traditional play action where you turn your back to the defense, then you have to get your eyes back downfield, read the defense quick, and then push it downfield. So first 2 clips, different types of play action. The second or the third clip is still a 20-yard plus throw downfield, not utilizing play action at all. It's a straight drop back. Again, we talked about we want to see Lagway off play action, which we just showed here. We want to see Lagway on straight drop backs, which we're about to show here in a second. So this is against LSU again. This is first quarter. It's 3rd and 7, straight drop back throw. Throws it downfield to, who was this? Not to Badgers. 17, was it? Florida fans, y'all have helped me on this before. Is it DK? That's what I believe. Throws a good ball downfield. So this is the first 3 clips are all deep throws, all deep balls, all balls thrown 20 yards or more downfield, all done differently. I think that's what makes DJ Lagway special, so I want to see that continued against Tulane. This next clip is going to be DJ Lagway against Kentucky. Kentucky only brings 3. Again, the main area of improvement, at least in my opinion, for Lagway is when the defense drops 7 or 8, going through progressions, going through reads, which he did better over time this season. This was earlier in the season, and he still showed the ability to do that. So even though I want him to improve and take the next step, he still has that ability, rolled out slightly, throws a deep ball. Again, Kentucky only brings 3. Lagway having success against the defense when they drop 8 guys here, pushing the ball downfield. The next clip's going to show something similar as well. This is against Ole Miss. Ole Miss drops 7. I'm getting ahead of myself. I apologize. We'll wait for the Ole Miss clip to actually come up here. So here's Ole Miss, a 3rd and 5. I believe they score on this drive. Ole Miss brings 4 to 3rd and 5. He stays in the pocket, able to kind of break a sack, I believe. But he takes what the defense gives him. Doesn't force it here. Breaks the sack. Able to get rid of the ball. Damn, that's impressive. Pressure in his face. Able to get rid of the ball, taking the defense gives him. So, all right, so 2 examples of Lagway having success when the defense drops 7 and when the defense drops 8. So even though it's an area to improve on and take the next step on, he has showcased it, but I want to see that against Tulane. I want to see Tulane only drop 7 or 8 and see Lagway go through his progression. So those are the main keys that I want to see from DJ Lagway. And again, I'll just show this. This is my favorite clip of Lagway against Florida State, where he just throws a defender off of him and push it downfield. But Florida fans, I want to hear from you. What do you want to see from DJ Lagway? What do you think the keys are against Tulane? What are your expectations? Just what do you want to see from Lagway against Tulane? I know, this weekend everyone's going to be talking about the playoff games, which I'm excited for too. I have breakdowns coming out of the playoff games as well. But we talk about all SEC quarterbacks, and Lagway is a guy we've covered a lot. I think this is bad quality. I apologize. Lagway is a guy we've covered a lot, so wanted to get out the keys for Lagway, what we want to see. But again, pushing the ball downfield in a few different ways. I want to see him go through his progressions and go through his reads against defense dropping 7 or 8. So Florida fans, I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, if you haven't seen the channel before, please consider subscribing. We put out so much SEC quarterback content, so please subscribe to the channel if you like that type of content. Like the video, share. It helps us grow. Thanks for following us along. We'll see you next time. Peace.